Hey YouTube, this is Valen. This is episode 6 of my Defiance of Fate long play. Last time I left off, we were preparing to mass produce dirt, so we can finally get started on our farming and not have to worry so much about food all the time. To do that, we need leaves. Unfortunately, these infested leaves don't work, so the first thing I'm going to have to do here is get rid of all of these trees. Okay, so to harvest lots of dirt, we need a couple of things. We need a couple of hoppers and a barrel. Actually, I'm going to set up a double barrel system, so we need a couple of barrels. And that's not quite enough. Need 2 hoppers. Alright, I'm just going to set up that little system right over here. That's not right. Alright, so I set up both those hoppers pointing into there. And then I'm going to put these 2 barrels on top of it. Weird, they don't look like they're made out of the same wood because the lighting color there. That's strange. And then... oh, I need 2 more hoppers. Both of these are going to point straight down. And I'm going to put one of those on top of there. Like that. So what's going to happen here is this double chest is going to feed both of these hoppers into both of these barrels. And the barrels are going to feed out into these 2 hoppers into this chest. Well, what are we going to put in them, you're saying? Well, that's why we're going to need to make some shears. Shears make leaves. In fact, let's just make a couple of them here because they're pretty fragile. So they allow you to harvest leaf blocks. They're pretty fast. Remember how we were making dirt before? We just put it in the barrel directly. Well, the hoppers can do the same thing. See, I got like 50 blocks out of the just one tree. See, they automatically fill up, and then when they're done, they'll spit the dirt out into this chest. That is how we can mass produce a whole bunch of dirt so that we can make farms and a ranch yard so we can spawn some animals on some grass, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to do that a few times here. Alright, I think that's enough for right now. I'll do some more of that later. You don't need to see that, that can be off camera work. So, let's see here. These have been happily crunching away, making dirt. See, it's already made 8 blocks of dirt. This is way faster than doing it the old sapling method. So now we can go through this stuff and try to get the rest of our tree seeds and get some rubber saplings going. Well, that was exciting. Nothing but stone. Alright, back to questing. Oh, looks like we opened up the witchery one finally. Because we mass produce dirt. Yeah, so we could. The next thing we're going to do is I'm going to build 2 big areas at once. I'm going to build a pasture over this way, probably a little farther, and leave some space between there and the mob farm. I'll build a pasture over there. And I'm going to build a farm, basically a quad of farms out this way. Each farm is going to be a 9x9 with a water in the middle. So I'm going to do a whole bunch of harvesting and a whole bunch of dirt making, and we'll be back with you in a bit. Alright, so I've been doing that for a while now. I had started also putting them in these barrels here, the leaves. I mean, because that's great in that it's automated, but it's a little slow. It's only 2 barrels, whereas over here there's 9, so it can process a lot faster when you push it manually. The other thing I did is I have been cooking the wood into charcoal to make a block of charcoal, which we're going to need later when we make our high oven. So for now, I'm just going to stick that in here. I've been harvesting this a little bit, as you might have seen in the time lapse. I did use up all of our bone meal on it. I have a whole lot of dirt here. It's been processing for a while, but basically the whole time I've been time-lapsing. So now that I have plenty of dirt, I can get making the farms out there. The issue is I need 81 each. Well, actually 80. It's a 9x9 grid, and then there's a hole in the middle. So that'll work perfectly for that, except to just put 2 more in there. Let's put those down here. Alright. So this is all the dirt I need to make the farms. I still need to be able to make a 10x10, I think it is, for the animals. So let's check. It says in the quest book here. Oh, no, it wants 11x11. Oh no, it wants a 9x9 with an additional layer of blocks. Well, 11x11 is 110. By the time we get back, there'll probably be a bunch more in there. There's still this dirt here. Oh, this water along the side here. I just took it out of the barrels and stuck it to the side because I didn't have any other place to put it. So you have a whole bunch of slabs I'm going to use to build out that way and make the farm area. Let me get rid of this rain. There we go. Okay. Oh, before we get started on that, let's do a little bit of cooking here. We need to make a pot. To do that, you just put 4 iron ingots here and a handle. Alright, we also need to make a mixing bowl, which is just a V shape. Which would normally make this wooden irrigation channel that we're not quite to yet. If we put a stick in the middle, it makes a mixing bowl. Now a mixing bowl and a pot and bones, which we have in abundance from killing skeletons, makes stock, which is useful in cooking a whole bunch of different things, but also you can just eat it. Right, now that we have several different sources of food here, we don't really need to fish anymore. So I'm just going to use this chest for food. We'll eventually relocate those non-food items elsewhere. So we have 3 different items. When you have 3 different items to eat, the rule of thumb is to eat them in 4s. So you eat 4 of this, then 4 of that, then 4 of that. And you just keep going in a loop. We also don't need to do silkrooms anymore, which they're pretty tedious, so just killing out of that monster box will get us the monster jerky and the bone meal we need for this and the bones we need for this. In addition, we can get the bone meal from sieving dust, which we're going to be doing quite a bit of to get redstone. So yeah, see, I used up the bone meal to make that seaweed that's in there. Let's see, put these. I gotta put these in the cooking chest. Don't need to take these with us. I also got started on the copper over here. One thing I want to show you guys. See how there's 3 ingots of iron left? It takes 9 to make a block. So basically what you do is when you're done, let me click this. Oh, another important thing is that when you click it, whatever one you click will go to the bottom, and that will be what pours out. So I have 3 ingots of iron to pour out, you just pour out the remainder into the cast here. And there we go. Alright, let's put some of this copper away. I did some organization after I processed all those materials. Figure I'll keep the remainders here. There will be an Invar slot here pretty soon, but that only comes from the Nether, so which we'll probably go to in next episode or the one after. We don't need to carry all this iron on us. Put this wood away too. So we've got our 5 stacks of dirt to make our farm, and a whole bunch of slabs. Next thing we're going to need is water. We need a way to transport water. And for that, I think we need to make a tank. So before we get started here, let me get my stone out. We will make a stone barrel. Which is just stone and a slab. We had to make this for one of our side quests anyway. I forget which one it was. Oh, we should go check on that one too over here. This one here. This one wants us to make nether rack, which we'll do at some point. Remember this? It did eventually grow. So I'm gonna harvest these 4 bricks. Or blocks, I guess. And go get some cobble to replace it with. See, that's another bug I've noticed. It eats an extra one sometimes. It's really annoying. Should I put this here? How about right there? It's a slab above it. Alright, so we put the water on top of the barrel. That seems really strange. Why would you do that? Well, we need obsidian to make our tank. And the best way to get obsidian is to harden lava. So we put lava in the barrel and will immediately turn into obsidian. And we don't even have to mine it, which is really nice. This is also how we're going to build our nether portal later. For right now, that should be plenty. We need our glass. So you put obsidian in the corners and glass panes in the middle and you get tanks. These tanks, it can hold all kinds of different things. We're going to use this one for water. Alright, we look at it, it's got 16,000 millibuckets, or 16 buckets of water in it. We're going to need this other one here later for storing our XP. I don't know where we're going to put that. We'll put it right there. Don't really need these rails anymore. Step up that. Yeah, okay. Alright, so I'm gonna get building the farm. Okay, so now that that's all done, it's a great farm except that we can't hoe it. So we better make a mattock. In this game, you can't actually make a hoe. We need some iron. Too. Since that's going to be uneven, I'm going to put one more back in there. Let's take a few blocks of iron, put them back in there, and we'll put some of the gold in there. Don't don't really want a lot of gold in there because we don't really want to cook a lot of it this way. There's a different way we cook it that also gives us silver. But we're really not there yet. Alright, so in the meantime, we're going to need to make a bunch of patterns. Mattock is this one here. We need the shovel head, the axe head, and the tool rod. I guess we have 2 of those. There's our tool rod. Oh, interesting. You can't make that with those. Probably wants me to make it with cobble. Which is just fine. I'll just grab a few pieces here. We are almost done with having to do this part of it. Pretty soon we're going to have a terrain smasher to do all that for us. Alright, so into the part builder. Put this here. So we also needed the shovel head pattern. We'll get a shovel head, axe head. Alright, so just like last time when we made one of these, you take the item you want to make a cast of, you put it on there, and you pour gold around it. Guess I forgot to put those in there. Alright, so there's 2 ingots of gold left in there, which... what else are we going to need? Just go ahead and make one of the other molds. Sure, we'll do this one. Almost done here. So I've been combining these bows to try to get a bow that is all the way repaired. I thought I had one more. Okay, yeah, see, you get them like this, and then you can use them to make dispensers when we get to that point. Oh yeah, this thing is garbage. Literally has no use unless you wanted to attack something with it. But why would you do that? It's only 3 damage, and that's 7. Well, I think it starts out as 6, but still. Are you done? You're done. Alright. So we pour that in here. That gives us a iron axe head. Oh, there it is. Excuse me while I derp a little bit right there. So we just pour up one of each of these parts. We'll go ahead and put the ingot mold back in there. Keep all the casts in here. Alright, when over here at the tool station, we go to Mattock. we just put the parts in. And there we go. Have an iron mattock. You know, now that I just did that, I probably should have checked the quest book. Oh, okay. Yeah. Alright, and we're gonna need a whole bunch of these crop sticks. Like, I'm gonna do a whole stack of wood, kind of a lot. Basically, they're just 4 sticks like this makes crop sticks. And you just right click the hoe. You have to be careful not to right click twice, because the second time you right click, it's going to do that. Which makes it a water pad, which is the thing I couldn't remember the name of earlier. Then you have to break it and take it out. Incidentally, that is why I was careful to put a floor underneath my dirt. That's why these are raised beds and not just in the floor like I did with the trees over there. It's because you do occasionally misclick. It's really hard to avoid. So you get going like this, and you want to do it fast. Well, doing it fast doesn't work. Okay, so the next thing we got to do is we got to put in all the crop sticks, but we don't want to do it all at once. Basically, we need to plant some stuff. When you put in the crop sticks and you don't have a seed in there, there's a chance that you'll get weeds. Okay, so let me grab our seeds. Just take one of those. One of those. Oh no, we need 2 of them. We do need 2 of each now I think about it. We don't need the grass seeds yet. See, we got carrots, regular seeds. Take 2 of these potatoes. Alright, so this first pad here is going to be our test bed and our breeding bed. If you've never played with AgroCraft before, it's pretty complex as far as stuff goes. I can't just plant it in the ground. If I take the seeds here and just try to stick them in the ground, it actually won't do anything. So we start with putting crop sticks in the ground. I'm actually going to set this up for... That was really strange. I'm going to set this up for breeding. Or crossbreeding, actually. But basically we can make the crops better. They can grow more things, or they can grow faster things, or... Or I can do this a different way, since I just put those in wrong. So those are seeds, which means we need 1 space, and then the other matching seeds. then we just basically let them grow. Except that I'm going to be a little bit impatient here, and I'm going to bone meal some of them. Alright, so now I've got these two plants that are fully grown. So what you do is you put these crops in the middle of them. These are called crops sometimes, it's short for crop sticks. And you put a second crops on it, and it will give the little grid along the top here. What's going to happen is these two are going to try to breed into the middle, and what you'll get is a stronger potato of some kind. Now you can also do crossbreeding between different types of plants, and we'll get into that a little bit more once we've got some more plants to do that with. So I'm going to get bone mealing some of these things, and I'll be back with you in a bit. Okay, I've got a whole bunch of these over here, these potatoes planted. I'm going to do a little bit more farming in between episodes, but that's going to do it for episode 6. See you guys next time. Ta-ta for now.